Imagine a time when you were eating something that you knew was bad for you, that you knew would set you back, but you were eating it anyway because it felt good. This was me around 3 years ago in freshman year. I used to finish my cross country practice and walk over to 7-Eleven, which I find pretty ironic because I was doing something good and I was supplementing that with something very bad. I went to 7-Eleven every day after cross country practice, and I would always get something sour with a ton of sugar in it. I couldn't help myself. This was back when I had no discipline. I was young, My mom always told me that dyes and too much sugar was not good for you, but I never listened. And looking back at it now, I was always very, very tired when I was awake. And I think it was because of this. I think I would save my Sour Patch Kids until almost right before bed for some reason. Like, I would have dinner and everything. I would sneak the Sour Patch into my room once I got home from school, and I would eat them before I went to bed. And my sleep was never good. It was always like, it was okay. I would always wake up tired. I would always like kind of slump through the day. And it was only when I completely cut it out, when I figured out that they were, killing me, that I saw what a difference my sleep had, and I saw what a difference my energy had, and cutting it out was like a big, big difference. I basically one day I just said, okay, we can't do this anymore. You're gone, and I didn't step into another 7-Eleven for probably a year after that. And it was like a huge step up, but while I did cut out the 7-Eleven snacks, like stuff like that, one thing I didn't was, home goods and stuff, or other stuff my family brought from, a grocery store. And I didn't notice as big of a difference when I cut those out. So what I did was, a lot of people think that you need to have the perfect diet in order to do well in school or workouts or whatever. But I cut out, every sugary thing for about a month. And I didn't see too big of a difference between that and what I do now, which is when I eat my, when my family makes like a baked good or something, I'd have that too. My diet's not perfect, but I enjoy having that with, family, or if my friends make something. And a lot of people have the misconception that you do need to cut everything out. And that might work for some people, but I don't know. For me, it didn't work. And so I didn't do it again. So I've basically 3 rules for the 3 meals of the day. The first rule for breakfast is basically only protein, and the reason I do this is because when I have, let's say, 5 eggs in the morning, I don't usually get hungry until after school. And that works because I skip lunch, and I do that because the school lunch is like really horrible. I don't know if yours is like that, or if you're still in school, or if it was like that, but I don't know what kind of seed oils, I don't know what kind of things they're putting in there, so I just try to avoid it altogether. And yeah, whenever we have like leftovers at home, I might bring that for lunch if I'm hungry, but usually I'll just skip lunch and I'll eat at home. And what I eat at home, has a lot more vegetables, it has a lot more fruits, and so like a post-school snack would usually be something like chicken with rice and some fruit, right? Or it really changes. That's just an example. But yeah, that fuels me for one, cross-country practice, and two, my workout, which is right after that. And yeah, it works for me. For dinner, I don't really have too much of a rule. I just eat whatever my mom makes, which is just like whole foods, like one ingredient foods. And I don't really worry too much about the macros because that's not really what I'm going for. I'm just trying to eat one ingredient foods so that I can, live longest. Yeah. That's kind of it. I just wanted to go over the role diet can play in your life, how like a really bad one can really affect a lot of other things. And yeah, thank you for watching. If you want, do the algorithm stuff, and I'll see you later.